Hey there, Shea here. We have a 15-minute core routine for you, followed by 15 minutes of stretching. I've got my friend April here, and we're gonna get started on our backs. You don't necessarily need a yoga mat. You can do this anywhere. Take a moment first to just hug your knees in towards your chest, wrap your arms around your shins, maybe draw some circles here with the knees. You could roll out the ankles, wiggle the toes, maybe rock your head side to side. Any kind of organic movement that feels good here. And starting to draw circles with the knees. You can roll out through the ankles. Maybe roll out your jaw if you're hanging on a tension there in the face, the neck, the shoulders. And we're going to plant the soles of the feet on the mat or the ground. Knees are high to the sky, and then bring the feet about hip distance. Bring the hands behind the head. Elbows are nice and wide. We're going to take a big breath in right here. And then exhale, lift the head, neck, and shoulders straight up. Good. Inhale to lower. And then exhale to lift. Big breath in. Big breath out. Now keep moving here with your breath. It's the exhale that lifts and the breath in that lowers you down. Keeping your low back sealed to the mat. The elbows really wide. Think about lifting straight up. We're going to target the deepest muscles in your core. Now let's do 5 more. Exhale, 5, 4, good. Last 3. Take a big breath in. Exhale, 2, good. Big breath in. Exhale, 1. This time hold. Get those elbows nice and wide. Take a really big inhale. And then as you exhale, start to pulse up and down. Good. Keep the low back down. Keep the elbows wide. Keep the chin lifted. You have 10. Keep breathing for 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Take a moment here. You can bring your hands to your belly, maybe sway the knees side to side, a little windshield wiper through the feet. Now you can use blocks here or Tupperware or a book, but we're going to drop the knees to the right side. Both knees. Yeah. Now bring the hands back behind your head. We'll take a big breath in. You could always place a prop underneath your knees, and then exhale, we're going to lift straight up. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, now we're going to target that oblique, so the side of your core on that left side. Keep moving with your breath. Keep the elbows wide. You got twisting from the mid back here. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Remember, exhale is that lift. We want to exhale on the hardest part of our moves when we're working through the core. Think about really getting all the air out, like you're wringing it out. Let's do 5 more. Last 5. Good. Exhale, 4. Breathe in. Exhale, 3. Breathe in. Exhale, 2. Last one. Big breath in. Exhale. This time hold. 5 little pulses. 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a moment. Breathe. Good. We're going to do it right on the other side. So drop those knees to the left. The hands come back behind the head. Right away, we'll take a big breath in. Exhale, lift. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Now give yourself this time to just breathe. Right? You know that there's a lot going on in the world, but you deserve this little break from your to-do list and from all of that. So can you just focus here on the sensation in the core, the strength that you're building in your mind and your body, and let your breath fuel your motion. Good. We're going to do 5 more. Last 5. 4. Good. Doing great. 3, 2, 1. The last one. We're going to hold, and then give me 5 little pulses. 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a moment. You could draw the knees back through the center, maybe hug them into the chest, kind of neutralize through the low back. Take a moment to breathe. Now we're going to work into a crunch. So we're going to take the right leg over the left, and you're crossing at the thigh. And you can always take a single cross here, or you could double it up for eagle legs, bringing the back of that right foot to your left calf. Either way. Right here, we're going to take a big breath in with the hands behind the head and the elbows wide. And then exhale, we'll crunch. So chin to chest, elbows come towards your right knee. Good. Inhale to expand the elbows wide. Now listen, tap your left toes to the mat or the ground. Now exhale, crunch into a little ball. Inhale, open up, tap those left toes. And we're going to breathe. Keep moving here with your breath and think about protecting the low back. by driving your belly button down towards the earth. Then we're going to do 5 more. Last 5. 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one. Big crunch this time. Pause. Get all the air out of the lungs. Open it back up. Breathe in. Uncross the legs. Take just a moment here to breathe. Think about breathing into the diaphragm. So right in the base of your rib cage. Okay, we're going to do the other side. Let's take the left leg over the right. You can do the single or the double cross, hands behind the head. Take a big breath in to prepare. Exhale, crunch. And moving with the breath. One focus. Nothing else that needs your attention right now. Building heat. Anchoring into the breath. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, last one. Hold, exhale, get rid of all the air. Release, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Open it back up, drop it down. Take a moment, breathe. I'm gonna take a moment to stretch the arms and the legs out long. Take a big breath in right here. You're gonna grab the left wrist with your right hand. And then start to bring the upper body over towards the right side. Then go ahead and take your left ankle, cross it over the right. Banana. We're just gonna stretch the side body for a moment. You can always arch your back up here, get a little bit more through the abdominals. Maybe anchor down through that left shoulder. Inhale back through center, release the grip, stretch the toes out long, reach through the fingertips. And then other side, exhale. So left wrist is gonna grab the right hand, we'll pull the upper body to the left. We'll take the right ankle over the left. We'll settle in for a couple of breaths. We'll come back through the center. Reach long, take a really big breath in. And then exhale, we're gonna flip over into a tabletop. Like knees under hips, wrists are right underneath your shoulders. You just spread your fingertips wide. Then I want you to take a moment to press down into the tops of your feet. At the same time, you're gonna draw the belly up and in. Good, let's bring the feet to about hip distance and bring the knees a little bit wider. Yeah. Good, now take a big breath in here. Exhale, press into the hands and lift the knees up off the mat. You're gonna catch your back. So think about tucking your chin to your chest and then puffing up between the shoulder blades. Yeah, and we're just gonna hover here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, downward facing dog. We're gonna lift the hips up and back. Good, take a moment to pedal through the feet. Shake out the back of your neck. Then we'll take a big breath in, send the right leg backing up. 3-legged dog. And then exhale, crunch, knee to nose. You're gonna shift the upper body towards a plank. Good, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good, now move with your breath. Think about really drawing that heel towards your glutes when you shift forward. Now hold plank and hug the knee towards your chest. Take a big breath in, big breath out. We're gonna come over towards that right elbow and then the left elbow. I don't care how close your knee is towards your elbows, just think about crunching through the side of the body, the sides of the body. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, downward facing dog, send the foot up and back, and then bring it down to meet the left. We're gonna do that on the other side. Inhale to lift that left leg backing up. Good, and then exhale, crunch. Inhale, exhale, and then we move. Fuel the breath with your motion. Fuel the motion with your breath. You know, you can't build strength physically without getting stronger mentally. Hang in there. We're gonna hold that plank in 3, 2, 1. Hold that plank. Good, take a big breath in, spread your fingertips, and then a little pulse here, back and forth between the elbows. Good, last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Plank pose, we're gonna come down to the forearms. Good, then just hold here for a moment. Spread through the heels. Think about lifting the belly up and in, and then really puffing up right between your shoulder blades. The neck is nice and long. Good, take a big breath in. We're gonna hold for 10. Keep breathing. You have 9, 8, 7. We're gonna swivel the hips side to side in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Little swivel side to side. Now we're gonna come to a side plank on the right. I'm gonna give you a couple of options. You're gonna open up in 3, 2, 1. So you can bring this knee down and the fingertips over towards the left and the arm up towards the sky. You could come to a full side plank. You could stack, stagger. There's so many different options here with the feet. You choose a variation, then we're just gonna pulse the hips up in 3, 2, 1. So just a little pulse up. Yeah, exactly, exactly. Good, give me 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna go to the other side. So now you're gonna bring your left forearm down. Find a variation of side plank that works in your body. Good, take a big breath in. Hover here, we're gonna start those pulses in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good little pulses. Think about the hips moving up and down. You're squeezing through that left oblique. You have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, downward facing dog in 3, 2, 1. Downward facing dog. Then we'll tuck the toes, neutralize through the hips, roll up and back. Good, linger here for a moment. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. One more inhale and one more exhale. We're gonna move on to our very last thing for this core block. We're just gonna bring the knees down, swing the ankles to the side, bring the legs out in front. We're gonna find a boat pose, Navasana. You can grab onto the backs of the knees here and lift. You could come to the toes. You could leave your feet down the whole time. There are so many different variations. A block or a book underneath your feet is a nice way to bring the earth up to you. And then we're gonna roll the shoulders back. If you feel stable, you can extend through the legs. You can drop the hands down. We're gonna take a big breath in. Exhale, lower down halfway. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Now keep moving. Now you know you can do this with the feet on the ground. You can do this hanging onto the backs of thighs. You could do this fully extended, kind of like jackknives, right? There's so many different variations. You've got to meet yourself where you're at. Let's keep moving. We're gonna take this into some little boat bicycles in 3, 2, 1. So we're gonna hold up. You can keep pulling onto the thighs and just twist, or we're gonna bring right elbow towards the left, left towards the right. If you wanna take this deeper, you could extend and lean back. If you want a little less, you could do one at a time, right? So many options, just keep moving. We're gonna go double time for the last 15 seconds and then you're done in 3, 2, 1. You have 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, hang in there, you only have 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. We get to lay down in 3, 2, 1, release. Let's bring the feet wide, let the knees fall in together. Bring the hands to your belly. Take a moment to just breathe. How lucky we are for this practice, this community, this breath, these strong cores. All right, now we're going to stretch. So go ahead, bring those knees back to the center. We're going to drop them both to the right side, and then this time we're going to scoot the hips back towards the left, extend the left arm out long, bring the palm face down. Good. Turn to look over that left shoulder. Bring the right hand to your belly. And then just get really heavy here down into the mat. Notice the expansion with each breath in. And that narrowing with each exhale. Get really heavy through that left shoulder, even if you have to lighten up through the knees a bit. Take a big breath in. Exhale, sink down. 2 more like that. On your next inhale, we'll draw the knees back through the center, and then we'll do the same thing towards the left. We'll drop the knees down, we'll extend the right arm out, bring that left hand to our bellies. Maybe scooch the hips back to the right a little bit. Your breath is a really valuable tool you can use to anchor your awareness. It's really present, it's in the moment. You might even come into a ujjayi breath here, which means this really slight narrowing through the back of your throat. Think about the muscles that you use to gasp on a breath in or to fog a window on a breath out. Yeah. It makes this kind of oceanic sound. I love that sound and that feeling like you're dragging the breath along the back of your throat. It becomes this really tactile anchor into the moment. One more inhale. Last exhale here. On your next breath in, draw your knees back to center. Then we'll find happy babies. You're gonna peel the feet up towards the ceiling. The knees are gonna come wide in towards your armpits. And then you can rock and roll a little bit here. Maybe bringing one heel in at a time. You could straighten through the legs or keep them really bent. Think about pressing the low back down, finding anything that feels like it needs a little bit of extra time and attention, and then linger there. Breathe into that space. And then just like when we did those crunches, we're gonna take the right leg over the left. This time we're gonna hug the knees into the chest. You can grab onto the knees, shins, calves, ankles, feet, doesn't matter. But just think about hugging the knees in towards the chest and slightly over towards your left shoulder. You should feel this really deep under the glutes in the right side. If you need more, you can always take the heels, peel them wider towards the sides of the room, or you can hug your knees in closer towards that left shoulder. Your spine will look more like this. If you're really tight there, that's okay. Let's hug the knees in one more time. Take a big breath in. Now exhale, twist. We're gonna drop the knees to the left. Listen, if this is too much for your back, your hips, or your knees, go ahead and stack them again, or you could extend the bottom leg out long. This is gonna be a pretty deep variation of a supine twist. We're gonna bring the hands behind the head this time, really anchor down through the shoulders, and then we'll turn to look over the right side. On your next inhale, draw the knees back to center, uncross the legs, and we'll do the other side. Let's take that left leg over. Then we'll hug the knees in towards the chest. And grab onto the feet, knees, whatever feels good. We'll hug the knees in and we will breathe. Notice if maybe rocking a little bit helps you find where's tight and where's where maybe feels like it needs a little bit of extra time. It might sound kind of wooey, but breathing into the areas that feel tight is a really nice way to communicate with your body, right? Your intentions that you want to relax and release here. Let's take one more inhale. And as you exhale, drop the knees to the right side. We'll bring the hands behind the head again, and then you'll always have that option to uncross the legs. Notice the sides of your body are not perfectly symmetrical, and this might feel different on this side, and that's okay. You can adjust. You don't have to do the same exact thing on both sides. Last breath in. Exhale here. On your next breath in, draw the knees back to center, uncross the legs, and we're going to flip over real quick to a tabletop and get a nice shoulder stretch in. Reach the arms out long. We'll take what's called a puppy dog or a heart to earth pose or a melting heart. There's lots of names for this. You're going to reach the arms out long and then press the heart down towards the ground. So the hips are higher than if you were in a child's pose. Think about cow back. So you're lifting the hips but pressing the belly and the heart down. If you have extra space here, you could come onto the chin instead of the forehead. If you are on the forehead, you might roll it side to side. That can feel really good on your frontal sinuses, right at that brow line. The further you crawl your fingertips out, the more you'll feel this in the side body. Let's take 3 more breaths in here. Last breath in. Exhale, slide all the way down into your belly. Sphinx pose. You're gonna bring the elbows right underneath the shoulders. The fingers are gonna press straight out. So you have this stack of shoulder over elbow, wrist, and middle finger straight out from there. Then we're gonna lift the belly up and in. We're going to roll the shoulders back. Think about opening through the chest. Let's take one more big breath in. And then exhale, bring it all the way down. You're going to reach the right arm straight out, like you're making a half T. So you're reaching towards the right side of the room. Now bring your right ear down, and then roll over onto the right side of your body. You're going to pick your left foot up, and it's going to go on the ground behind your right leg. Yeah, so this leg. Perfect. Now you should feel this in the front of the shoulder of that extended arm. You could release through that left hand, you could keep it under your left shoulder, or you could bring your left hand behind your back for more. And think about getting really heavy here, really opening up through the front of that right shoulder. Let's take one more big breath in. And then exhale, roll over onto your belly. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Reach that left arm out, take a really big breath in. And then exhale, roll over onto the left side of your body. That right foot's gonna pick up and go behind the left. Good. You can release through that right arm, reach it back. You can interlace the fingers or drop it behind your back. I really want to encourage you to experiment, to figure out what feels best in your body. And then we'll breathe. Know that you can always pause this video if you want to hold these stretches longer. All of these can be held for a lot longer periods of time if you have more time. Let's take one more big breath in. And then exhale, roll over onto your belly. Good, bring your right ear down, let your arms just lay heavy by your sides. You can bring the palms face down or up. Play around there, figure out what feels best. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. And then we'll switch ears. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And then keep breathing here. And then when you're ready, just slowly make your way onto your back. I want to encourage you to just take a few moments here. If there's any other kind of stretch that would feel good, maybe a figure 4 or a half pigeon, maybe a child's pose. Feel free to make this your own. If you're ready to rest, we'll extend the legs out long, bring the palms face up to the sky, and spin as long here as you can. Thank you so much for sharing this practice with me. I hope you enjoyed it. You guys give me all the feedback. This is the first time I've ever filmed like a full-length video like this, so I hope you enjoy it. Have a wonderful day.